In a warm town full of bright sun and busy markets, two best friends were happy at the same time. Their names were Mary and June. They laughed together. They cooked together. They prayed together. And then, they got pregnant together. Mary said, "If I have a boy and you have a girl, let them marry one day." June smiled and held her friend's hand. "Yes," she said. "Let them grow in love." Months passed. Mary gave birth to a baby boy. June gave birth to a baby girl. Everyone was happy for them. The air smelled like fresh bread and sweet mango. The two mothers brought the babies close. The boy was named Jason and the girl was named Claire. Their tiny hands touched and their tiny eyes blinked. The mothers whispered to them, "One day, you will be family." On Jason's left hand, there was a little mark. It looked like a tiny moon. June laughed and called it a moon kiss. Claire just yawned, soft and cute. The promise felt strong and sure. People said, "This is a sweet story of love and the future. This is a good blessing." But life can change. Storms can come. Money can rise and fall like waves. One dark season, June's family business broke. Bills came like rain. Doors closed. Phones went silent. June's family had to move fast and far. They left the town at night. No party. No goodbye. Just hurry and tears. Mary woke to an empty street and a quiet house. She held baby Jason close. She went from door to door. She asked everyone, "Where is June?" No one knew. The promise stayed in Mary's heart like a tiny candle. The days grew long. And June was gone. Jason grew. And the moon kiss on his hand grew too. Mary told him the story. "You once touched a baby girl's hand," she said. "Her name was Claire. We promised." Jason listened with wide eyes. "Where is Claire?" he asked. Mary smiled a sad smile. "We will look," she said. "We will not forget." This was the beginning. A promise. A loss. A tale of love, family, and destiny. Jason grew into a tall, kind boy. He liked books. He liked numbers. He liked to help people. He also liked the story of the promise. He would touch the little moon on his hand and whisper, "Where are you, Claire?" When Jason finished school, he worked very hard. He started a small business. Then a bigger one. He woke up early. He slept late. He kept his heart clean and his words true. He made friends who believed in him. One day, his work became a river of gold. People called him a billionaire. They said, "Jason is smart and he is blessed." They also said that Jason is a good man. But inside, Jason still felt a soft space. He still remembered the tiny yawn and the soft touch from long ago. He never stopped searching. He asked helpers to look. He checked old records. He traveled. He asked village elders and market women. He gave gifts to the poor and built clean wells for towns, hoping a happy story would find him back. Mary watched her son and prayed. "Let the promise live," she said. "Let the right time come." She kept a box with little things from baby days, hospital bands, first clothes, and a tiny paper with June's handwriting that said, "One day." In another city, far away, Claire grew too. Her family had lost much. She learned to be strong. She learned to smile even when her shoes were old and the sky was grey. She worked many jobs. She helped her mother. She tried not to cry. When she looked at her own left hand, there was no moon mark. But there was a soft ache in her heart. She did not know why. People told Jason, "You are rich now. Forget the old promise. Find a new love." Jason shook his head. "Promises matter," he said. "Hearts remember." He searched for 20 long years. He did not stop. The world called this a modern African love story. He called it home. One evening, rain fell in a big city. Cars hissed past like snakes. Lights blinked. Streets shone. Jason had followed a new clue about Claire, but the clue broke in his hands like thin glass. He felt tired. He felt alone. He went to a quiet hotel to rest. He drank too much. His head became heavy. His eyes could not stay open. A kind cleaning lady saw him in the hallway. She had gentle eyes and a careful voice. "Sir, are you okay?" she asked. "Let me help." She guided him to a safe, clean room. She brought water. She brought a blanket. She wrote her name on a small card for the front desk, because she was careful with rules. Her name on the card was Claire. But the night was heavy, and Jason did not look at the card. They talked a little. Simple words. Soft words. The kind of words that are like warm soup on a cold day. Jason laughed once. Claire smiled. The rain kept singing on the window. The city kept breathing in and out. Jason fell asleep. The room was calm, like a cradle. By morning, Jason had a very early meeting. His driver came. The phone rang. The world pulled him away. He left a thank you note by the bed. He walked out fast, the way busy men do, with plans in his head. He did not know the biggest part. He did not know that the kind cleaning lady, the one with the calm eyes and the careful voice, was the same Claire he had searched for since he was a child. Claire stood by the window after he left. She looked at the city. She placed a hand on her heart. Something warm moved inside her, like a small light waking up. She did not know why. She did not know this was a turn in the road that would change both their lives forever. 6 years passed like 6 strong steps. Claire worked, saved, and smiled for her little boy. His name was Mark. He had bright eyes. He asked many questions. He liked to clap to drum songs at the store. He liked to hold his mama's hand. On a sunny day, Claire and Mark went to a big supermarket. Aisles were tall. The lights were bright. The shop smelled like oranges and fresh bread. Mark ran to the fruit section and held up his left hand for a high five. A woman near them gasped. "Oh," she said. "Your boy has a cute little moon on his hand." Claire looked. Yes, Mark had a small moon, right where Jason's moon had been, though she did not know Jason's name for it. Claire kissed the little Mark and smiled. "Moon kiss," she whispered. "My sweet boy." At the same time, Jason pushed a cart on the next aisle. He was in town for a meeting. He grabbed water and apples. He moved around the corner, and then he stopped. A small boy laughed. A mother bent down to fix a shoe strap. The boy lifted his little hand, and the light touched a small moon mark. The same spot as Jason's. The same size. The same shape. Jason felt the floor fall and rise. He felt the world go quiet. He stepped closer. "Hi," he said softly to the boy. "Nice apples." Mark giggled. Claire stood up and looked at Jason. Their eyes met. Time slowed. Her careful voice trembled. "Hello," she said. Jason's heart beat like a drum. He did not know why the mother's eyes looked familiar. He did not know why the air felt like old music. He only knew the moon. He looked at his own left hand. He looked at Mark's. He looked at Claire. The promise woke up and stood between them, bright and brave. They talked. Simple words. Safe words. "Do you live near? Do you shop here often?" Claire was careful. Jason was kind. Mark told a silly joke about oranges wearing hats. Everyone laughed. But inside, questions walked up and down like little guards. Jason went home and could not sleep. He looked at his left hand again and again. He remembered the kind cleaning lady from 6 years ago, the one who helped him on a rainy night. He remembered her calm eyes. He did not connect the lines yet, But the lines were there, waiting. Claire also could not sleep. She thought of the tall man in the store. She thought of his gentle voice. She thought of the tiny moon mark on his hand. She felt the same small light in her chest. She hugged Mark. "I love you," she said. "Always." Mark smiled and slept like a quiet lake. Days passed. Jason returned to the store at the same hour. He hoped to see them again. He did. They met by the cereal boxes. They talked more. He learned the boy's name. He learned the mother's name. Claire. The sound hit him like sunshine through clouds. His mind ran back to the hotel. The rainy night. The thank you note. The missing last name. Could this be the same Claire? Could this be the promise? Jason told his mother, Mrs. King. She was proud and strong, but she loved money and power too much. When she heard single mother and no rich family, her face turned hard. "No," she said. "You will not marry a poor girl. I have found a better match. Her name is Vanessa. She is from a rich home. She is perfect for you." Jason shook his head. "Mother, please," he said. "Let me look with my own eyes. Let me listen with my own heart." Mrs. King crossed her arms. "Hearts can lie," she said. "Money tells the truth." The gentle storm had started. Suspicion grew into questions. Questions grew into fear. But under it all, the promise still breathed. Rumors spread like feathers in the wind. Some said Claire wanted Jason's money. Some said Jason wanted to hide a secret child. None of it felt kind. None of it was true. Jason and Claire met in open places, parks, cafes, shops, so they could talk and keep Mark happy and safe. They moved slowly, like people crossing a small bridge. Jason learned about Claire's life. She worked 2 jobs. She helped her mother, Aunt Ruth, who was sick sometimes. She sang small songs when she cooked rice. Her home was neat. Her eyes were steady. Her heart was full. Jason started helping quietly. Groceries. Clinic bills for Aunt Ruth. A new school bag for Mark. Claire thanked him but kept her own pride. "Help is good," she said, "but I also stand on my feet." Jason nodded. He liked her strong spirit. He liked her bright hope. Mrs. King watched and grew angry. She pushed Vanessa forward. Vanessa came with sweet smiles and sharp words. She took photos with Jason at events and sent them to blogs. She said, "We look good together." Jason felt trapped. He told her, "You are kind, but I cannot promise love." Vanessa only smiled wider. She liked being close to light. As the months rolled on, the question grew bigger. Is Mark Jason's son? It sat in the room like an elephant trying to be quiet. Claire feared to hurt Mark. Jason feared to push too fast. But truth is a seed. It wants to grow. One evening, by a gentle lake, Jason showed his left hand. Claire held Mark's left hand beside it. 2 little moons, big and small, rested side by side. The air felt holy. Jason said softly, "Maybe, we should know for sure." Claire's eyes filled with tears. Not from shame. From hope and fear holding hands. She nodded. "For Mark," she said. "For truth." And so they agreed to a DNA test. The word was big. The step was bigger. The night was quiet after. Stars blinked like tiny lamps. The test day was bright. The clinic was clean. The nurse was kind. Mark thought the swab tickled and giggled. Jason paid and held Claire's hand in the hall. "Whatever happens," he said, "I will be kind." Claire nodded. "Me too." Mrs. King heard about the test and was furious. "You will not tie yourself to that girl," she said. "I'm saving you." She called Vanessa. She called a greedy blogger. She whispered lies. She promised gifts for dirty stories. She wanted to make Claire look bad before the truth could speak. The days of waiting felt long like years. Jason went to work but could not focus. Claire worked but kept looking at the door. Mark played with toy cars and made vroom sounds. Aunt Ruth prayed small, steady prayers. At last, the paper came. The doctor spoke softly. The words were simple. The answer was clear. Jason was the father. The room shook with quiet tears. Jason laughed and cried at the same time. He knelt and hugged Mark. "My son," he whispered. "My boy." Mark hugged him back. "Daddy?" he asked. Jason nodded. "Yes." But storms do not always end when truth arrives. Mrs. King doubled her fight. "You will not marry her," she said. "They are broke. They bring shame. I have found another wife for you." She waved photos of Vanessa and fancy invitations. Jason closed his eyes, then opened them with calm fire. "Mother," he said, "I will not leave my son. I will not leave the girl I love." Mrs. King planned something dark. She told Vanessa to smile on camera and cry off camera. She told the blogger to post lies about stolen money. She even tried to blackmail Claire with old hospital papers, saying she would twist them to look bad. Claire shook but stood firm. "Truth is a shield," she said. "I will not run." The lies hit the internet like a storm. People talked. Some were kind. Some were cruel. Jason's board of directors worried. "Our stock," they said. "Our name." Jason raised a hand. "Let me handle this," he said. His voice was steady. His eyes were clear. He called a press meeting. He stood in a simple suit. He spoke in simple words. "I made mistakes," he said, "but I choose the truth now. I have a son. I love him. I respect his mother. We will move with care." Some clapped. Some frowned. But the river of lies began to slow. Vanessa tried one more trick. She planted a fake video to make Claire look like a thief. But Aunt Ruth, quiet and sharp, had already guessed the plan. She kept records. She saved messages. She called a good lawyer who loved fairness more than money. The lawyer brought the proof. The fake video broke like paper in rain. Vanessa sat down and could not meet their eyes. She left without her smile. Mrs. King felt the net she had thrown tangle around her own feet. She went to Claire's small home to shout. But Mark opened the door first and said, "Grandma, would you like tea?" His little voice was kind. His eyes were deep. The tiny moon on his hand shone. Mrs. King's anger cracked, just a little. She stood very still. Claire came and set a cup on the table. "You are the boy's grandmother," she said. "You are welcome here." The room went quiet. The word welcome did a soft miracle. It put a small knife into the net of hate and cut one line. That night, Mrs. King sat alone. She looked at pictures of baby Jason and the tiny moon on his hand. She remembered promises she once made to herself, to help the weak, to protect the small. She had forgotten those promises. Money had made her blind. A tear fell. She wiped it fast. Pride is a hard shell. But a shell can still crack. The next week, Mrs. King tried one last push. She told Jason, "If you marry Claire, I will take back everything." Jason nodded slowly. "Then take it," he said. "I still have my hands. I still have my heart. I will build again. But I will not lose my son." The words surprised her. They were heavy and light at the same time. She had used money as a chain. Now the chain lay on the floor. She saw Jason stand tall without it. She saw Claire stand beside him, not behind him. She saw Mark in front of them, small but brave. Something in her let go, like a rope slipping from a tight fist. Mrs. King asked for time. She walked in the garden alone. Birds sang. The wind touched her face. She thought about June and Mary. She thought about promises and how they matter. She thought about the lie that money is everything. A voice in her voice said, "Choose family." She went back to the house. "I'm sorry," she said to Jason, to Claire, and to Mark. The words were small, but they were true. "I was afraid," she said. "I thought poor means bad. I was wrong." Claire nodded. "Thank you," she said. "We can start again." Jason held his mother's hand. "We love you," he said, "but we need a clean road." Mrs. King nodded. "I will make it clean," she said. She called the blogger and said, "Stop." She called Vanessa and said, "No more." She called the lawyer and said, "Make peace." And so, like clouds moving away from the sun, the sky began to clear. That night, Jason told Mark a bedtime story. A story about a moon kiss on a hand. A story about a promise that walked through storms and found its home. Mark listened with sleepy eyes. "Will you marry Mama?" he asked. Jason smiled. "Yes," he said. "If she says yes." Mark grinned. "She will," he whispered, and fell asleep. The wedding day was bright and sweet. Drums played. Friends danced. Children ran in circles like happy birds. The smell of jollof rice and pepper soup filled the air. The hall was simple but beautiful, white cloth, green leaves, gold ribbons. It felt like a new garden. The story teaches us that true love and destiny cannot be stopped by poverty, time, or the plans of others. It shows that promises made in truth live on, even through hardship. Money, status, and pride may shake families, but in the end, family, honesty, and love win. I hope you enjoyed the story.
Until next time, this is Rietta. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, share and comment below so that I will know your opinion. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will be the first to know when the next video drops. Peace out.